In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can start dropshipping on eBay for completely free. But not only that, I'm also going to give you another little bonus that's going to help you scale your business a lot faster with a very, very small budget. All right, so first things first, to get started dropshipping or selling on eBay, you do need to know that you can in fact get started for completely free. But there is going to be a little bit of money that you're going to need when it comes to actually purchasing the products after you get an order. Now, depending on how your account status is on eBay, you might be able to get faster payouts, but if you're brand new to dropshipping on eBay, then eBay might hold your funds for a few days. So if that is the case, then you are gonna need a couple bucks to be able to source the product. But doing this, it's not that big of a deal because when you first start off on eBay, it's a good idea to start with smaller ticket items. So really, you're not gonna be paying too much for each one of these products. And once you do start to build up your reputation, then you can unlock faster payouts. So just run on over to ebay.com. So for this, all we have to do is run over here and click on register. And we can register as either a personal or a business account. Now, I highly suggest that you sign up as a personal account because this is gonna be the free way of doing it. If you sign up as a business, then you are gonna end up having to purchase a store, which is gonna cost a monthly fee. So let's start with personal. You might have to verify that you're a human, so just go ahead and do that. So once we create an account, we can go ahead and skip this one for now. And that's it. Now you're officially signed up with eBay. As you can tell, that was very, very easy and very fast. So now what we need to do is run over to the sell option over here. Now it's going to ask you to go ahead and list an item. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. Let's go ahead and click on list an item. And now we have to actually list the product that we want to sell, the first product that we're going to start dropshipping. Now, if you don't know what you're going to start selling, then check this out. We can easily just run on over to AliExpress. So one of my favorite ways to do product research is going to be by using the AliExpress Dropship Center. There you can get tons of different information to help you find what products are trending and what's been selling. So all we have to do is go ahead and go to our account over here. By the way, you are going to have to be signed in to your AliExpress account, which if you don't have one, you can create one for completely free and then run over here to the DS Center. Now, once we get on this page, we're going to see all of these different products that are currently trending and have been selling in the past. So all of these products have had some demand in the past 60 days. So as you can see over here, you have this building block set, which is running for $60, over 1,000 have sold, and it has a pretty good star rating of 4.6. And then we also have this one over here, which is actually pretty cool, an LED pixel matrix, which is essentially being able to put in your own image on here. And it's being sold for $23 and over 249 have been sold with a pretty good 4.5 star rating. So personally, I think this is actually really cool because for one, it's got a nice little wow factor. The fact that you can add pretty much any image that you want on here. The other one is going to be that this can pretty much go anywhere, whether it be anyone's bedroom, in somebody's office, in the backdrop, wherever it is, this can fit in pretty well. So let's go ahead and click into it. And here we have a few different options. So we have the smaller ones all the way up until the bigger ones. Now, a few good tips to find some winning products is going to be, for one, again, look for products that have a wow factor, something that can actually make somebody say, whoa, this is pretty cool, I need this now. Another one could be the fact that it has a sort of value to add to anybody's life. So if you can simplify anybody's day-to-day in one way or another, then chances are people are going to want that product. Now, another thing that you need to look out for is going to be the pricing. So make sure that the products that you're sourcing can be sold for at least 2 to 2.5 times what you purchased them for. This alone will make sure that you can cover any fees with the profits that you get. Now, to help you out with this and to make things a lot simpler for you, I'm going to have an easy to reference cheat sheet with everything that I'm talking about in today's video. So that way you can get started even quicker. And if you want access to that, just drop a comment down below with the hashtag eBay dropshipping and let me know your takeaway from this video. Once I see that you went ahead and did that, I'll reply back with a link to the sheet. Now, doing a little bit of digging, I found out that you can sell the smaller one for anywhere between $60 to about $80 and the bigger one between $100 to about $120. So we can go ahead and sell this product. Now, what we're going to need to do now is simply start downloading all of the images and copying over our descriptions. So for this, the easiest way to go about this is going to be by going over to the description and looking for all of these different images. Now, if I decide to go ahead and download this image, it's most likely going to get all of the different images on here, and it's going to give you one big one. So my suggestion to make this easier is simply just take a screenshot. So you can go ahead and select what you want. Then we can go to the second one, do the same thing. And we can go ahead and do this for all of the different images that there are. Now, after we're done with that, we're going to run back over to eBay. To make things easier for all of you to see, I'm going to go ahead and structure this in 2 different sides of my monitor so you can see what's going on. Now, what are we selling? So there's not really much of a name for this. So I'm just going to put a pixel screen. Now it's going to ask me to choose one of these that could be relevant. When I put pixel screen, it's probably most likely thinking a Google Pixel. So it's not going to be any of these. So let's go ahead and continue without match. And of course, we're going to choose that this is a completely brand new product. Continue to listing. And now this is something that we can do prior to listing our item or while we're listing our first product. I like to do it while we're listing our first product just because it kind of goes in a linear fashion. So you take everything step by step. So where are we selling from? So now we need to go ahead and put in our address or where we're going to be shipping from. And that was pretty much it. It was very quick. So now let's go ahead and add our title. Now, something like this, I think we can add a pretty good title for this, but you do want to make sure that you structure your titles in a way where you can capture keywords. So currently it's labeled as a LED pixel matrix Bluetooth smart display. So what we can do is kind of switch that up and put a LED. So here what we can put is simply LED pixel smart display lamp with Bluetooth. Now, depending on who you want to target, you can add a few other keywords. So one person that I can really think is going to really like this is going to be a gamer. So for this, we can simply put LED pixel smart display lamp with Bluetooth for gamers or for gaming or for anime fans or whatever it may be. The reason I'm doing this is because this is a very customizable product. So if I like cars, I can put a car on there. If I want to put it on my backdrop right here, I can add the words AutoDS on it. So it's going to be very customizable, which will ultimately be able to be offered to a wider demographic of people. Now, as far as our item specifics, it is going to be new. Our brand, we don't have a brand for this, so we can go ahead and leave that as unbranded. So type here, you can see that it's actually giving us some pretty interesting selections, but that's because we skipped the part where we have to choose a category. So if you're getting this, just run over up here, click on change your category and choose which one's going to be most relevant to your product. So in this case, I could put something like, let's say an LED. So an LED display. So really almost any of these could fit it. And looking at this one right here, an LED dot matrix display, this might actually fit the best. All right, so now we can see that the required specifics have changed. So condition, new, brand, unbranded. Now our recommended details. We can go ahead and fill these in, but it's not really necessary. But for something like this, we can go ahead and do it. So number of LEDs, in this case, it's going to really depend on how many squares there are. So here, let's say we're importing our 16 by 16. So 16 times 16 is going to be 256. So here we can put 256. LED color is going to be literally just everything. So RGB, red, green, blue. And the rest we can just leave blank. Now, as far as the photos and videos, this is where we can start uploading the pictures that we screenshotted. So to make things easier, I'm just going to select all 3 of them and drag and drop. I'm going to put this one over here because this is the most enticing one. It's the one that really shows what the product is. And then we have our description. Now, this description, we can go ahead and write either by ourselves, or my suggestion is to go to something like ChatGPT. So what I'm going to ask ChatGPT is something fairly simple. So I'm telling it to give me an eBay description for an LED display that can be customized with custom images in a pixel display, because that's what we're offering. Now I'm going to give it a few specifics. It's a 16 by 16 pixel display and has Bluetooth to sync the images between your phone and the display itself. Give it to me in an easy to read bulleted list. Go ahead and submit that. And now it's giving me the customizable LED pixel display, Bluetooth sync with your phone. High resolution 16 by 16 pixel display, Bluetooth sync, app-driven customization, versatile display modes, compact and portable design, bright and colorful LEDs, and power options. So my suggestion here would be to read through this and just make sure that everything is relevant to your product. So if it doesn't have USB, then take that off. If it's offering rechargeable batteries, go ahead and add that in. Now, from here, what we can do is copy everything, of course, after we adjusted it the way we need to, and paste it in our description box over here. So now the same way that we received it from ChatGPT, we just went ahead and pasted it on here. Or eBay even has its own AI description. Now, as far as our pricing, I don't like to do auction. I don't like people bidding on my products unless it's, something that I'm selling around the house that could potentially be worth a lot of money. But since we're drop shipping, we're not going to be doing this as an auction style listing. Instead, we're going to do this as a buy it now listing, which means that people are only going to have the option to make the purchase immediately. So as far as the price, we are going to be offering the 16 by 16, and we saw that the 16 by 16 is running for $20.80. So we can offer it for about $45. So let's do this for $44.99. Now we can go ahead and check out under the more options if we want to allow offers. So let's say we want to offer this product a little bit more expensive, maybe at $50 or $60, but we're not really expecting to get that much because on eBay, some people do like to make offers. So if we do have an offer in mind, let's say we are willing to take $40 for this, we can go ahead and set this to $60. And then if anybody ever offers us anything for about $40 or above, it'll be accepted as an offer where you can then go ahead and review it and choose to either accept that offer or decline it. Now, besides that, we have our scheduled listing start time. We don't need to put that. We're going to make this go live immediately, and quantity. So how many of these do we have? Now, you can go ahead and put that you have maybe 10 or 20, but my suggestion would be to put that you just have one. And then once it does sell, just put that you have one more. The reason for this is because people are going to see how many you have left. And if they see that you only have one, it will most likely cause that sense of urgency in them to make sure that they don't miss out. Or really, they're going to be getting FOMO, the fear of missing out. So they're going to make the purchase so they don't miss out. Now, as far as our shipping, here, I do like to offer free shipping because we're not going to be charging our customers for shipping for this. Instead, we're going to make sure that our shipping is included in our pricing. So if we look over here on our supplier through AliExpress, we can see that it has free shipping. So the $20 are already including shipping. So there's no point for us to charge our customers extra. Now, keep scrolling down. You're going to have your promoted listings. In this case, I'm not going to be promoting this listing, but there are going to be two different types of promotions that there are. The first one is going to be the promoted listing standard, and the second one is going to be the promoted listings advanced. Now, the way the standard works is pretty easy, and it's honestly my favorite way to advertise on eBay. Simply what happens here is you're going to set a percentage that eBay is going to take from your sale after it sells the product. So let's say I'm selling a product for $100, and I'm going to tell eBay that I'm going to be giving it a 10% cut of my product once it sells if they promote my product to more customers. So on top of the regular fees that you're going to get on eBay, you're also going to be charged an extra 10% fee for the advertising. Now that we're talking about fees, through eBay, you can expect more or less a general fee of about 13 to about 15%. This is going to be dependent on the category of products that you're selling, but between 13 and 15 should be the average. Besides that, let's run over to our listing preferences and let's go ahead and change this, because in terms of the handling time, I don't like to have a fast handling time because sometimes our suppliers might take a couple of extra days. So I will put this to the longest, which at the time right now it's giving us 3 days. Now go ahead and click on save, and that's it. We can see that we're listing it for completely free. So we can go ahead and click on list it. Now it's going to ask you to confirm a couple of more account details. Again, this is our first listing. We're just getting started, so we're only going to have to do this once. So confirm your account details. Go ahead and click on continue. Then it's going to ask you to confirm once more. I'm going to confirm my phone number. And that's it. Our item is officially listed and people can actually go make the purchase. So let's run over to eBay really fast. Now I am opening this in a separate tab because there is something else that I need to do, which I'll show you in a second, which is going to be to set up our payouts. So from here, let's just run over to my eBay. We can go ahead and click on my eBay and then run over to selling. Now we can click on active and we see there our LED pixel smart display. As you can see, it's running for $60. It's got the buy it now or the best offer. So if somebody offers us $45 for it, we can go ahead and review that offer and either accept it or deny it. Now, running back over to our previous screen, we can see that what we do need to do next is going to be to set up our payouts. If we don't do this, then we're not going to get paid. So let's go ahead and do that. Now it's going to ask you, how do you want to get paid? Do you want to get paid through bank account or debit card? Debit card is typically going to be a lot faster, but they're going to charge you a higher fee. They're going to charge you about $2 per payout. Now, I don't mind waiting a couple of extra days, so I would prefer to just do the bank account, which will take about 1 to 3 business days after they send the payout. So let's say today is Monday and they send me the payout today. I won't be getting it till about Wednesday or Thursday. Then after you do that, you are going to have to confirm a bit more information. So provide your personal info. So here you're going to have to put your date of birth and your last 4 of your social. Now this is just to verify that you are who you say you are. So once you do that, then you're good to go. You'll be taken back to your My eBay Selling overview where you can see all of the products that you've listed. And that's honestly all you really need to do to get started selling on eBay. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful so far and you're enjoying all of the content, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps me out and it helps us out in the algorithm. Now, I did mention a quick bonus at the beginning that's going to help you scale a lot faster if you have a small budget. And for that small budget, all you really need is $1 for the next 2 weeks. And you can enjoy the benefits of full automation from product importing to order fulfillment. So for this, what we're going to do is run over to AutoDS and we're going to create an account. AutoDS is going to help provide us with full dropshipping automation, whether it be for eBay, Shopify, Etsy, or any of the other platforms that we want to dropship on. So once you do have your account set up and you're signed up with AutoDS, you're going to have the option to connect your eBay store to your AutoDS account. So that way you can start to automate everything. Now you're going to have up here the option to add an account. So in that case, go ahead and add an account and then sign in through eBay. Then once you have that done, you're going to have access to all of these different products along with the handpicked products section, which has even more products that are actually confirmed to be trending. So all of the products in the handpicked product section are legitimately handpicked. That's why that's the name. So all of these products are going to be picked by a team of expert dropshippers with a specific criteria in mind. So everything here is, again, proven to be selling. In the last 60 days, it has been trending and has been making sales. Now, not only that, but let's say we click into one of them like this one over here. We can also see all of this extra information that lets us know whether or not this product is worth dropshipping or not. So first off, we can see how much it costs. So in this case, it's running for $9.72 with $2 shipping. And as far as our potential profit, we can see that here too. So typically it's being sold on average for about $32.65. So that gives you a profit potential of about $22. Obviously, this can change by a few dollars, but it's not going to be a huge amount that it's going to fluctuate by. But besides that, you also have an engagement and a saturation score. The engagement score is going to tell you how much buzz there is around this product on social media. So if there's a lot of hype around it, it could very well be worth selling because there's a lot of demand for it. Now, as far as the saturation score, this is going to tell you how many people are selling this product or how saturated the market is with this product. This one in particular is currently at 20, which means it's pretty quiet. There's not a lot of people selling this product out there. So this could be a product that you want to start offering before the masses pick up on it. Now, if you are going to be dropshipping on something else, like let's say Shopify, or if you simply want to be able to direct traffic to your eBay account with ads or with organic content marketing, then you also have a social ads section. This ad section is going to give you a few different ads that are currently running on either Facebook or TikTok promoting the same product. So as you can see, you have the little cat punching bag and you have the cat playing with it. Here we have 134 likes, 5 comments, and a few different comments down here. So what this is going to do is serve as a nice way to be able to inspire you to create your own content. Another thing that you can do is actually just go ahead and click on these 3 dots, click on download, and you'll download the original video where you can go ahead and make a few edits to it, maybe add yourself into it or a few clips that you recorded yourself to make it your own. Now, let's say this is the product that you want to import to your store. As you saw earlier, I started screenshotting all of the different images and I had to come up with a title on my own as well as a description through ChatGPT. And don't even get me started on the variations. I didn't even do that because, again, that was going to start taking too long. But if you import your products through AutoDS with full automation, you're going to be able to import everything at once in just a couple clicks. Now, that's going to include your descriptions, your images, and all of the variations. So I switched over to a different product, and this one has 2 different sizes, a small and a medium. So if I want to import both of these to my store, all I have to do is click on import draft, and everything will be automatically imported to my draft section. But even if I want to import something from, let's say, AliExpress, I can do that as well and take advantage of everything that I just showed you. So let's say I want to import this banner. I can simply go ahead and take the link, cut it or copy it, run back over to AutoDS, and then over here, click on add product and single product. Or if I want to add multiple products, I can do that as well. But since I only have one right now, I'm just going to do this and then click on edit now. Now this product is also going to be added to my draft section, and then it's going to take me to my draft section. So here we can see the title, we can see the category that it's going to be on, any tags that can help us keep track of analytics. This is going to be for personal use. And the dynamic shipping policies. This is something that's very important because this is going to adjust your policies based on your supplier. So this is something that you're always going to want to turn on. Now, besides that, you also have your description. You can go ahead and edit the description on here as well. And to make things even easier for you, you have an AI description optimizer. So you can go ahead and optimize your description and your title using AI directly from the screen. Now, besides that, you have your different variants. So as I mentioned earlier, it'll import all of your different variations and you have all 4 of them here. And to make things even easier for you when it comes to pricing your products, here we can go ahead and click on edit, and we have a pricing calculator. So we can see that by default, our fees right now are at about 13%, which again is going to be average for eBay. But if it's going to be a little bit higher, you can switch it to 15 maybe, and then a fee dollar amount, which I like to keep that at 0, and then a profit percentage. So how much profit do you want to make? Let's say in this case, I want to make an 80% profit. So as you can see, our sell price changed. So now we can see that we're going to be selling our product for $54, and then our total profit is going to be $20.75. Now, one thing that I really like about this is that it's going to take away all of the guesswork from your pricing, especially when it comes to fees. This right here, your total profit, that's already excluding the 15% in fees that we had set aside. So this is going to be our take home profit. That's how much eBay is going to send us once our product sells. So again, this really takes the guesswork out of pricing and it just makes it that much easier. So once we're happy with the pricing, we can go ahead and click on save, and we can either update each one here individually, or we can select all of them and edit through here. Besides that, you also have your images where you can go ahead and add, delete, or even edit any of these images with a built-in image editor. And then once you're ready for your product to go live, all you have to do is click on save and import, and it'll be automatically imported to your store. Now, another thing that gets fully automated is going to be your order fulfillment. So whenever somebody comes to your store and they make a purchase, instead of you having to go to your AliExpress supplier and putting in their information and having it shipped to them, which honestly, that opens you up to a lot of human errors. And same thing with importing. If you're doing just one or two, it's pretty quick, but once you start to get more and more orders, it starts to become pretty time consuming. So through AutoDS, you have the option to fulfill all of your orders through here. So all of these different products have been sold on my eBay store. And as you can see, you can tell the different order statuses. So this one was shipped, it's awaiting delivery. And then all of these other ones have already been delivered. But if we click on it, we can also manually change it. So once we first get our order, it'll start off as pending. Then once it's ordered from our supplier, which AutoDS is going to take care of this for us, it'll automatically switch to ordered. And then once our supplier ships out our product, then it'll be automatically marked as shipped. And then of course, once it's delivered, it'll be delivered. Now, one last really cool thing that I want to show you on the screen is going to be the customer service. So if you click here, customer support, all of the emails that you get from eBay or from any customers that you have on eBay will show up for you on here. So that way you don't even have to go to eBay to reply back to your customers' messages. You can do everything from the AutoDS screen. And to make it even easier from there, you have the option to add virtual assistants. So that way they can go ahead and help you out, and you can limit their access to just the customer support part. Now remember, if you want access to the cheat sheet, just go ahead and drop a comment with the hashtag eBay dropshipping and let me know what your takeaway was from this video. What did you think of today's video? Let me know down in the comments below. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that little bell notification so you don't miss out on any future dropshipping videos. My name is Mario with AutoDS, and I'll catch you all next time.